What's happening, everybody? Look at this. We got it done. So last video, we put this thing most of the way together, but we never showed you the finished product. So here it is. It's all together. Now today we got to cut out some holes. By the way, I'm holding this up with one hand, and I can do it with, you can't see it, but one finger. One finger. Look at that. Couldn't do that with wood. So today we got to cut up some spots to insert some wood for the for attaching it to the wall. And then we have to wait a day for that to dry before we can glue on the screen. But that is what we are doing today. I got a new toy though. Let me show you. So we are getting very excited because we're getting so much closer to being on the road, and it's a really good feeling. But we got a new chop saw, and this is going to help a lot with not only the wood we're going to cut today, but we're going to put doors on this thing, and we'll have to build frames around the doors. So it'll help with that. I really wish I had this for the PVC bed frame build and really every other van build I've ever done, because you can make such good accurate cuts with this. It's just a great tool to have. The other tools, while I'm here, I might as well show you my other tools for van building. Jigsaw, awesome for fine tuning little cuts and curves and stuff, amazing for that. Also got the skill saw over here. This is great for cutting plywood and bigger pieces of whatever. You could use a table saw for this, which would actually be a little nicer. I'd rather have a table saw than this. But this one is more portable, which opens up other possibilities for you to use. For metal, like my metal bed frame and the Astro, which I'm going to have to cover another time because that thing's not working out as well as I thought it would. I'm going to have to modify it again. Sawzall all the way. So yeah, that's it. We're going to get started on figuring this out. So I know I said I was going to show you how we put this thing in the van later, but we want to put it in the van one more time just to make sure that we're putting the wood pieces in the right place, because if we do it wrong, we're screwed. So we're going to put this thing in the van real quick. You want to be inside and I'll be out here?
Sure.
It literally barely fits. But alas, it fits. I'm so glad we were able to do it in one piece instead of breaking it into three, because it'll be easier to remove and it'll be much stronger that way. So yeah. Woo! Alright, so there are a few places where we cut a little too big, which is good, like right here, but like back in here, we didn't cut enough, so the cabinet's not fitting all the way against the wall, flush like it should. So that's fine, and it's such a good thing that we're in here checking this again and again and again and again, because at this point we can still modify the foam, the overall structure where things connect. That's done. That's staying that way. But we can still trim things and add some things and do some other things before we apply the screen and the paint, which is going to permanently, it's just going to be what it is. So yeah, we're going to do that, and then we're going to go in again and use our block to like to set up right here, you know, and draw out. This one's going to be okay. It's set a little farther back, but this whole cabinet's going to get pushed back anyway. But we're going to set it up and then just trace it out so that we know exactly where to cut for the wood. And then we'll go cut the wood and glue it in. Okay, so Evie went in and we had to shave a couple pieces down, you know, to make this thing fit perfect again. Awesome, because that's why we keep putting this thing back in the van to test it out to make sure everything's perfect. The wood pieces we're going to cut out, we're just going to make them all 4 inches. They're going to go in here, 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 here. And we're going to cut out 2 spots on the side to put them in to mount this thing to the van. So we need 9, right?
Yes.
Okay, we're going to cut out 9 wood pieces, all 4 inches. And then after we cut them out and have the wood pieces, we're going to custom fit the hole for each one and then glue it in. Normally, I like to do as many of the same steps and repeat them over and over. But this time, we're just going to custom fit each one for its own hole. We might actually cut the pieces, cut them out, just set them in place or tape them next to it or something, and then do all the gluing at once. It seems like that would be even easier. Anyway, yeah, we're going to cut wood. All right, guys, time to get cutting. thing is amazing. Oh man, I love this thing. Ha-ha. Okay guys, so we got our pieces of wood here, and I already practiced. I wanted to make sure I was doing this a way I felt confident doing it before I showed you guys. The blade sucks. We got some bad splinters, but very, very clean and straight and perfect cuts. Oh man, that saw is amazing. So the way we are going to do this, and I will show you right down on this side actually, I think this will be the easiest way for me to show you, is I'm just going to use my X-Acto knife here. I had to put a new blade on because I broke the other one. This one works way better, and I don't know if it's because it's curved or if it's because it's new and it's sharp, but I like the curved one a lot more. So we've got our wood chunks here, and like I said, we're going to use a new, we're going to use a different piece for everyone because they're all a little bit different lengths. I wasn't too precise with that. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make sure this is matching the line that we marked, and it is right there. So I'm just going to hold this down with my thumb real tight, and this is a little bit dangerous, so you definitely want to be careful. And I don't know how well you're going to be able to see this because I'm on the back side, but I'm just piercing through the foam. The new way I'm doing this, instead of holding my thumb down and cutting around it, it just didn't feel safe. It feels like there's too much room for error for cutting off my goddamn thumb. So now I'm just doing it really shallow, and you could do this with a pencil too, and just cutting into the very top. There's much less room for error here. Just marking it a little bit on top. This way, I can take the thing off. See how I move my hand out of the way? Like that. Now I can take the thing off and just cut it out. It doesn't have to be absolutely perfect. It's okay if there's room, because I mean, look at how much this stuff expands. It's not a big deal. It helps if this thing's in enough to stay in place while you glue it. There are a couple other places we kind of messed up. Like up here, we cut this out prematurely too much. So all we're going to have to do is cut out some foam in that shape and glue it in there, and it'll be plenty strong. This is compression strength. So as long as there's another piece wedged in there real tight, and the Gorilla Glue will expand it even more, it'll be okay. So we're going to have to do that here and down here, and I think that's it. Yeah, other than that, everything's smooth sailing right now. One other thing I forgot to mention that we got to figure out is the solar controller and the fuse panel are going to go in here, but we don't want it all the way back. We want it up like right here. So we're going to have to put another wall in here, and then we're going to cut out a door right here, and then we're going to cut out a hole right here so that we can use this back space right here. This is where the bed's going to be, so we'll just use that as a quick little storage area, you know what I mean? Like we just stick a couple things in there and be good with it. So yeah, we're gonna do that, and then find the cutouts for the wood, and we should be good. All right, guys, so we're gonna cut out this this door real quick. I got my system down. I'm pretty efficient at this thing now. We're both getting tired, man. This is like, we keep starting our day off like super excited and super happy and ready to go, and by the end of the day, we're just tired and hungry, and you just want to stop. I must have measured something wrong because something's not right here, so I'm going to re-measure all of these points, actually. Alright, guys, so we're cutting off the wall thing inside to mount the solar controller to now. It's starting to get late out here. Man, we keep starting our day off like super pumped to get going on this and get this thing done. But at the end of the day, we're both like tired and hungry and just want to lay down and relax. But yeah, we're getting there. It's sharp, huh?
Yeah.
It's really sharp.
It's very, like, nicely.
Yeah.
I love it.
I like the curved blade a lot more.
Yeah, I like
Can I see that real quick? Thank you.
Don't cut your fingers off, please.
I won't. The curved blade is thinner, so it's easier to bend. You really got to make sure this one's straight.
But it cuts a lot nicer.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot smoother.
Yeah, I mean, look. It's all the way through.
Yeah.
Woo! Okay, so I've got this guy cut out. I cut a hole in the bottom for the wires to go through. And now I've got to mark how I'm going to put the wood inlays in to mount my solar controller. I'm going to set it up towards the top, but not all the way to the top, because these are heatsink fans on the back. This thing does get hot converting voltage down. So I want to leave room at the top so the heat can escape these, because heat rises, and go over the top and come out. So I'm going to leave it down a little bit, and then I'm just going to grab my marker and mark where they're at. I can't really get inside, so I'll do it just to the outside of them. And I think I'm gonna have to talk with Evie, but I think we'll just go this way in this way versus up and down. I don't know which way would actually be strongest.
Can we do it like all around?
Like a frame? We could. I don't know that we need to.
Yeah, we probably don't need to.
I think going this way and this way would be enough. So I'm going to measure these out and cut out the wood and inlay the wood pieces in here like I have the other ones.
Okay.
Yeah, you just pull down a little bit
Up
and then
to
just,
here?
yeah, and just pull the trigger and it's good.
Like that?
Yep. It's super easy, right?
Yeah. Mine had less splinters than yours.
Did it?
You see, that's your splinters, that's my splinters.
Oh, nice. It's because you went slower.
Yeah.
I went kind of fast.
Can I do another one? Do we need another one?
Yeah, we'll need to cut a couple more for the, Okay, so this wall is down. We got the inlaid wood pieces here for the solar controller. Can you grab that solar controller for me, please? I forgot to grab it. It's just gonna fit all the way inside like this. We're gonna have to squish it in. It's gonna be kind of a pain in the ass to get in. We'll eventually get it there. But, yeah, that looks perfect. Man, I placed these perfectly. So yeah, it'll just hang like this. Once we get the screen on here and the Gorilla Glue in here, I think this will be plenty strong. But like I've said a million times, this is a big experiment, so you'll see. Keep following along. Yeah, so I think next step, we're going to have to clear out a lot of this Gorilla Glue on the corners to slide this puppy in. Might even have to trim the corners down a little bit on this to get it in. And then, what else do we have to do? Oh, we have to figure out where all the doors are going to go. So we'll have to cut out some spots for the doors. Some of these are going to have doors, some of them aren't. This one won't because this puts off a lot of heat. We want it to be able to escape without overheating this thing. We're going to cut out a little hole in the back and...
Oh, we need to figure out the fuse panel.
Oh yeah, the fuse panel ones. Whoa. Careful with that knife. Alright, so yeah, I guess next step is just placing this wall in and then doing the inlays for the fuse panel. Whew, still got a lot of work to do. Alright, so we got everything, the wood inlaid back in there, everything figured out, but we have one stalemate now, and that's all this excess Gorilla Glue. I went a little overkill with the Gorilla Glue because it's completely expanded everywhere. Like look at this one. Crazy.
Got this off.
Oh, you got those ones off?
Yeah,
How'd you do
they're
that?
like long. They just come off, look.
You just pull them?
Yeah. These long ones.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they just pull.
Look at that. Yeah, so we're trying to figure out how to get them in that tight corner so we can get that wall we put in there. And then it's just the same process we showed yesterday of wetting down and gluing and letting it dry overnight. So I think this is it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Next time we will be applying the gripper paint and the screen to make these things ridiculously strong. And then after that dries, we'll show you what we got in store for finishing the outside. But we also have a bunch more foam cabinets we got to make, so we might wait to do all of those at the same time. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Love yourself.